All right, we may or may not be live. I honestly don't know. I will find that out though. I don't want to show that. Um it's private. Okay, I am not currently live. Oops. Well, this might end up in the video anyways, so hello if you're listening. Just skip ahead a little bit. No, I don't want your goddamn cookies, even though I just clicked accept, whatever. Fuck it. We ball. What's the name of the thing today? Fucking, I can never remember it. Legal tampering. I'm just making tags. If you are still listening, you weirdo, quit stalking me, even though I'm putting this up public. Well, I'm not putting it up publicly, it's private. Just skip ahead a little bit, you freak. Why does it say tampering is spelled? Whatever. That's good enough for the tags, I think. Did my thumbnail get put in? Yeah. Alright. So that should make it public, I hope. Well, hello everyone, potentially, if it actually went live now. I haven't streamed in, God, like, half a year? Close to a year? I think the last stream I did on the channel was the Dolphins rebuild I did, like, in June of last year, or, like, maybe even May? I don't know. But, hello everyone. I don't even know how many people are going to show up to this, because, like I said, I haven't streamed very much, but today, in 11 minutes, is the opening of the legal tampering period for the NFL, and there's already been some crazy shit going on. What's up, Dominic? How's it going? Yeah, there's already been some interesting stuff. So, where should I start? I guess I'll just start with what has been happening yesterday. Obviously, there was the Jalen Ramsey trade. That was definitely an interesting one. The Rams are blowing everything up, and the Dolphins are, like, legitimate contenders now. So, I really, really like that one for the Dolphins. They only had to trade a third-round pick and Hunter Long to get who is probably still the best corner in the league. I mean, this last year, there was a whole narrative that he kind of had a down year and everything. But in my opinion, he wasn't amazing towards the middle of the season, but at the beginning and the end, he really looked like the best corner in the league still. So, I don't know. I still think he will be a monster for them. Obviously, they cut Byron Jones. There was a rumor of him retiring. So, we'll see what they can get from their defense. Obviously, a little bit weaker now that they cut him, but it still should be pretty decent. And let's see what has happened also yesterday. I don't remember much of what happened yesterday. I'm gonna be honest. Well, there was a rumor that the Bucks would sign Baker Mayfield. The Jets re-signed Quincy Williams to a 3-year, $21 million deal, which was decent. He's a good run defender. I don't love him in coverage, but he is a good run defender. He put up way better stats than I thought he would. He had, like, 106 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, a few forced fumbles and picks. I don't know. He was decent stats-wise. What is up, Mr. X? Welcome to the stream. And just today, actually, there have been a few interesting trades. I'm going to refresh this again. Or not interesting trades, but just interesting things happening. I don't know why they did this. The Falcons traded for Jonnu Smith. I mean, I guess I get why they did it. Because, hold on, I want to check something. Okay, I guess I get why they did it. Because Arthur Smith is their head coach. He was with the Titans. He was their offensive coordinator when Jonnu Smith was still good and on the Titans. When he was very productive. He was kind of like an H-back type player. So I'm guessing that's what he's going to be for the Falcons. But the Falcons already have two good running backs, and they don't even use Kyle Pitts, their really fucking good tight end that they took top 5, which is weird to take a tight end that high, and they don't even use him. So I don't know. I don't know why they traded for Jonnu Smith. Well, I guess I'll tell you why they traded for him. They only got him for a 7th-round pick. I don't know why the hell the Patriots signed him in the first place if they weren't going to use him, but they did. So I don't know. What's up, unknown? Bears finally have a wide receiver for real. That's what I should talk about. Fucking duh. Yeah, the DJ Moore trade. That was kind of an overpay from the Panthers. The more I think about it, the more I like it. But yeah, I still don't love it for the Panthers because they're likely going to take a quarterback with that pick, right? Wouldn't it have been nice to have a wide receiver 1 like DJ Moore to help develop that quarterback? You know what I mean? Like, I guess the Bears apparently said, hey, we want DJ Moore. We're not going to take this trade. That's just what I saw somewhere. The Panthers tried to put in another first-round pick, but they were like, nah, we want DJ Moore. So, yeah, it was tough for the Panthers. I guess I can't knock them too much because they didn't really want to do it necessarily. They kind of had to get the pick, but it would have been nice to get either a CJ Stroud or I almost said Byron Young. Not Byron Young. Not either of the Byron Youngs. I meant Bryce Young. It would have been nice to get either of them and have DJ Moore as a good wide receiver 1. So now they're going to have to figure out something there, which they definitely can. I'm not saying they can't. It's just going to be, it would have been better with him. Hello, Mike Schroeder. Carolina has, no receivers now. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. They have Laviska Shenault, who I really fucking like, but he hasn't shown much in the league yet. He's almost like a Deebo Samuel type, so that could be valuable. Really good run-after-catch receiver. And then Terrace Marshall, who I also like, looked finally decent last year, and God, who do they have? Rashard Higgins? Is that even his name? The former Browns receiver? Yeah, they don't have a whole lot there, so they're going to need to figure something out. They also have Shi Smith, which, that's whatever. He could be good, but hasn't been yet. I guess last year was his rookie year, but still. Titans coming for everything. Didn't the Titans cut, their entire roster? Wait, didn't the Titans cut... God, they cut Ben Jones, they cut Robert Woods, they cut Zach Cunningham, they cut... There were more big-name ones, right? Who else did they cut? They cut Taylor Lewan. Did they cut anyone else? They cut Bud Dupree. Who I hated that fucking signing. I figured that was not going to work out, and it did not. And in talks to trade Derrick Henry, yeah. We cut everything that was eating space. That is true, but I think their best offensive lineman is, Corey Levin right now or something. Now they have the good right guard. I can't remember his name right now. I just smacked the shit out my mic. I'm sorry. Be sure to like the stream, by the way, if you haven't already. I would very much appreciate that. I'm sorry for being such a like whore, but you know how it is. Yo, what's up? Shermy? Sure, I don't know. That's my guess. Went from negative 20. Oh, they were negative 25. Okay, that makes more sense. That's why they had to do it. Okay, I see. I feel like they could have traded some of those players, or at least attempted to, at least Taylor Lewan, because he was still a good tackle, but still. Is there anything else here that I have not seen yet? God, I fucking hate that. God, I hate that. I saw that yesterday. Why the fuck are they cutting Shelby Harris, dude? The Seahawks had a very weak defensive line last year. Very weak. Poona Ford in the switch to a 3-4 had a down year for sure. And he's an upcoming free agent. I think the only two defensive linemen they're going to have on the roster are Brian Monet and Miles Adams. I think that's it. They might have like a not priority free agent. What's the fucking name? Not practice squad. What the fuck is the name? Futures They might have signed someone in like futures contracts or something, but Shelby Harris was their only good defensive lineman. He's not that old. I don't even think he's that expensive. I really fucking hate that. He could have also been a great mentor to whoever defensive lineman they were going to draft. They absolutely need to sign and draft at least a couple defensive linemen now. I absolutely despise that. I really don't like that move. Lewan was injured back-to-back seasons. Maybe we could have got a comp pick, but very unlikely. That's true. Well, I don't think he would have gotten a comp pick because he wasn't like an upcoming free agent, but yeah, maybe they could have traded him for something low. That's true. He has been very injured. I understand now. But God, I hate that move for the Seahawks. I hate being a Seahawks fan. Nah, they can figure something out, but still. They ruined the whole team by making them all cuts. I don't know what you were trying to say. Falcons just re-signed Chris Lindstrom to a 5-year, $105 million contract. That's not too bad. Chris Lindstrom was arguably the best lineman in the league this year. I guess it's at not a super valuable offensive line position, guard, but still, he was a fucking monster, so I like that for the Falcons. From a Titans fan, you don't want Lewan. His knee is abysmal. I've kind of forgot about his injury issues, but, well, I didn't really forget. I just forgot that there were so many. I realized he was injured recently. I just forgot that there were multiple injuries. So, yeah, I do kind of see that. Shit bussin'. Anything else? Let me see. I guess the official, what's the name of it? The official, tampering period. That's what it is. The official tampering period starts in literally 1 minute. I don't know how long it's going to take for news to happen, but it'll definitely be interesting. There's also a rumor, that Draymond Jones could get $17 to $20 million per season in free agency. If there's any team to pay him that kind of money, it's probably going to be Seattle. That's my bold prediction. I'm not a big Draymond Jones fan. He's not a very good run defender. He's a decent pass rusher, I guess, but as a run defender, he's not very good. So, yeah, hopefully Seattle doesn't do that, but they might. No, I think a team like, I don't know, maybe Carolina would play him at defense. No, he's not a great fit for that. He's kind of small to be a deep. I don't know. Some team will sign him for way too much money. I can guarantee that. Yeah, I think he played 6 games in 2 years. Yeah, that's not ideal. Okay, I understand now. I was saying Titans ruined their team with all the cuts they made. I don't know why I added cuts. Yeah, they kind of ruined their team, but I didn't realize they were negative $25 million cap, so it looks like they kind of had to do some of it. Yeah, they really don't have a good roster now, though. Their corners weren't great to begin with. I guess they had a lot. Their linebackers, they're going to be losing David Long probably, so I don't know what they're going to do there. Their D-line is still good, I guess. Tier Tart, fucking Jeffrey Simmons. Their offensive line is going to be terrible. Their receiving core is going to be terrible. They might trade Derrick Henry, so that would be terrible. Ryan Tannehill isn't great. Wow, that's a bad team. Good Lord. Yeah, I'll pass. I'm glad I'm not a Titans fan. He was a great All-Pro when he was healthy, but the fall-off, yeah. I see. I understand. I mean, if you trade Henry, who the hell do you have? Yeah, that's 100% true. Jeffrey Simmons, Harold Landry, Kevin Byard. Yeah, they still have a few good players there, but on offense, they would have Derrick Henry, and he might be a trade candidate. So, yikes. That's interesting, man. That's definitely interesting. I can feel they're trying to cook up an 0-17 season out there in Tennessee, man. They're cooking something up. That's for damn sure. I'm still waiting for the news to come in. It is 9:01 now. I don't know, like I said, how long it's going to take for any news to come in. Is there anything that I have not reacted to yet. I guess the Daron Payne signing, that was kind of weird. That's a lot of money. I feel like they could have gone without re-signing him, you know what I mean? Because they already had Jonathan Allen, obviously, to have to pay a number 2 defensive tackle, 4 years, $90 million, literally 23 per year, 22 and a half, something like that. That's a lot of money for your second defensive tackle. I don't love that, but it's what they did. That is what they did. And I guess I get it because they were both the Alabama guys, him and Jonathan Allen. Wait, yeah, right? Yeah, they were both the Alabama guys. I guess it makes sense to keep them together, although there was that video of them like fighting on the sideline. If you guys have seen that like a couple years ago, whenever that was. So I don't know. It's interesting. Let me see. I'm all for blowing it up. Our old GM made terrible signings, and the Colts and Texans are in line to get franchise QBs. Yeah, the division is getting better, and we're not. Yeah, I get that. Plus, I get they kind of had to do it. Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young, they could have passed on Payne. I know. How the hell are they going to pay all them? I don't love them paying their second defensive tackle. You can find a better second defensive tackle, or you can find a second defensive tackle easier than you can find a number 1 fucking defensive end, a number 1 pass rusher. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be tough to bring Sweat and Young back. I don't know, man. Tank for Caleb, baby, but the cap room should help us at least fill it back out. Yeah. I mean, I kind of also wonder what you have in fucking the quarterback they took last year in the 3rd round. Why can't I think of his name? The guy from Liberty. What the hell is his name? Has a good arm, is fairly accurate, just like terrible pocket sense. What's his fucking name? You know who I'm talking about. He's fast. I don't know. Either way, I think his career is kind of doomed. Yeah, Malik Willis. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. I think his career is kind of doomed. He's really not going to get much playing time, and if he does, he's on a horrible offense. There is almost no shot of him developing. Couldn't read a defense if it was written in his wrist. Yeah, exactly. But has theoretical upside. Is an athletic freak. Was surprisingly accurate. Just poor pocket sense. Couldn't really read a defense. He was an interesting player, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna work out. It is what it is. Let's see. Has anything happened yet? I don't think so. Still, I'm being very impatient for legal tampering being up for 4 minutes. Titans are underwhelming. That's all I have to say about that. I would actually almost argue the opposite. They have been, every year they've had a better record than I thought they would. They're a pretty one-dimensional team every year. They're like only run first. They kind of rely on Derrick Henry, and that was about it. I guess Ryan Tannehill was pretty good a few years ago, but has regressed in the past couple years. So I don't know, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, this year I don't think they're going to be like fucking 11-6 and getting a first round bye and then losing in the fucking divisional, losing their first playoff game. I don't think y'all have to worry about that this year unless they pull some miraculous shit. Which, hey, any team can do it. You know what I'm saying? Any team can get very good within a year. I mean, I guess look at what the Jets are doing. Look at what Seattle did last year. Any team can pull some miraculous shit, but I don't know. So what's the news with Lamar? That's a great question. I don't know why the hell every team is like out on him. I don't get that. But I don't know, man. We'll see. I feel like the Ravens are really going to get screwed in that one. I don't feel like they're going to be able to get much. I feel like they're almost forced to re-sign him now. Because, yeah, I don't know what you can get for him. I don't know why, like I said, the teams aren't interested because he would make... Dude, could you imagine him on the Falcons offense? Holy shit. Arthur Smith is a great play caller. That would be a ridiculous offense. Lamar Jackson, Cordero Patterson, Tyler Algier, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, now Jonnu Smith. Fucking good offensive line. I guess you would still need a receiver. But dude, him on the Falcons, oh my god. That would be I would be erect. Let's just say that. We've done more with less and led the league in injuries. Yeah, exactly. They've done more with less. They haven't ever had the best roster, and that's kind of why they've fallen in the playoffs, because teams figure out how to stop Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's kind of a weird player because he always starts kind of slow, but once he gets going, he's like unstoppable. It's just if you can keep him from getting going, he isn't like great or anything. He looks like the old Derrick Henry. I feel like people aren't going to like me saying that, but it's kind of the truth. Let's see. Definitely see why Willis fell to the third. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but also I'm surprised no team took a chance on him because he is a really high upside quarterback, obviously. I kind of understood it, but I also didn't really. I thought clearly he was the most high upside quarterback. I was surprised the Steelers went with Kenny Pickett over a guy like Willis. I guess they did have Big Ben, who was obviously more comparable to Kenny Pickett, but still. Again, be sure to like the stream if you haven't already. I would very much appreciate that. Be sure to do it. No one wants a player without an agent. End of the day, it's a business. He's nasty on the Falcons. I know he would be ridiculous. But yeah, I get that. But also it's like at a certain point, like I don't know. I would do it, honestly. I would do it if I was in a position where I had a good team, This is a position where you trade for a quarterback, right? You have a good team laid out, good offensive line, good receivers, which I guess the Falcons don't really have, good tight end, which is underrated. It'll help them with their checkdowns. It's like a safety net for them, essentially. That's a position where you trade for a quarterback. You already have a good team around you, and you're just obviously a quarterback away. Like the 49ers, I guess, they don't really have a great quarterback. I mean, they have Brock Purdy, but he's kind of just a product of their system anyways. That's where you trade for a quarterback. So I don't know why the hell the Falcons aren't doing that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a guaranteed money. Yeah, there's that too because of the Deshaun Watson deal and then the Russell Wilson deal kind of scaring teams off a little bit. I get that. My headphones died. God damn it. These things suck. They used to be good, but I think I charged them too much, and now they die within 20 minutes of them being on, so that's super cool. I fried the battery in them. Falcons signed Lamar and draft Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, and that's a playoff team. What pick do the Falcons have? Because they might even be able to get a better receiver than him. Don't they have, like, borderline top 10? Not that Jackson, Smith, and Jigba's bad. I feel like they just need a faster receiver almost. I feel like, what if they get like Jalen Hyatt round 2? I'm not a huge Jalen Hyatt fan, but he could be fun for the Falcons. Because, yeah, they're really lacking speed. Because they have Drake London, they have like Kaderil Hodge starting. Who are even their starters? Are they starting like Demir Bird? They have Olamide or however you say his first name, Zacchaeus. 8th overall pick? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I wouldn't really love them picking Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. That's really high. But, I mean, I guess they could take... I don't know. I guess they could. In the position they're in, I wouldn't absolutely hate that, because you really need receiver. But, I don't know. I just said JSN because of OSU connection with Drake London. Yeah, that's valid. I just feel like you need more speed at receiver if you're the Falcons. But yeah, I wouldn't mind JSN. That would be pretty good. I would say maybe the TCU guy. Not that he's super quick, but still. Is there any NFL news yet? I'm fucking waiting out here. I'm just talking to chat and shit. That was late. I saw that like goddamn 20 minutes ago. How long was that? Yeah, 25 minutes ago that happened, and they just finally have it. Apparently, NFL News, their website, isn't great to find NFL news, even though it's the goddamn official site for NFL News. You would think it would be quicker, but it is what it is. Any Odell landing spots? No. I heard the rumor of Dallas and I don't know. USLF? What the hell is USLF? Do they mean USFL QB Ryan Willis will be throwing passes to Beckham? Okay, I'm just checking a page on Instagram for the news. Fucking shout out JPA Football, I guess. They're pretty quick most of the time. Let's see. Oh god, there's a lot of chats I missed. Okay, so what's with the pick forfeited thing with the Dolphins? I don't even know. I don't know much about that, but I think they did some weird shit with, like, Tom Brady. Like, they were fucking tampering with him. I've said the word tampering probably a million times because of where we're at in free agency, but I think they messed with, like, oh, wait, I saw something with them in fucking... Okay, yeah, it was the Brian Flores thing where they were telling him to tank and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Just turn Schefter's post notifications on. I could also do that, but this isn't necessarily slow either. It's not too bad. Let me see. I meant personally, do you see him fitting anywhere? Well, he could fit with literally almost any team in the league. What's probably the best fit? Well, a team we were just talking about, the Falcons, would be a pretty fun one. Could be a good receiver if they want to bring any quarterback in. I don't know if any quarterback would fall to number 8. Who's even the next best quarterback outside of the top 4? The Stanford guy, Tanner McKee. You don't take him round 1, so I don't know if they can get a QB there, but like I said, the Falcons, Panthers, if they get either CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, that could be their new wide receiver 1. That wouldn't be terrible. Just basically any team that has any need for a receiver. Titans, they wouldn't go him. I'm just looking back on all the teams we've talked about in the fucking stream. Titans, you're in a rebuild. You don't go for Odell. Any Rams news? I'm a St. Louis guy. God, what's the last Rams story? I can't even think of one. Well, I guess the last Rams news was the Jalen Ramsey trade, and then the Baker Mayfield apparently signing with or not apparently signing, but could sign with the Buccaneers. You never know. I just got, like, weird deja vu. I don't know why. I feel like... I don't know. I just got weird deja vu. That was really fucking weird. Now, there isn't really any Rams news, though. Unfortunately. I guess fortunately for me, because I'm a Seattle fan, you know what I'm saying. Nola's cap situation looks like hell if they sign Odell. Yeah, I don't think they would be able to sign him. Basically, just any team that needs a receiver could look at Odell, assuming they're either A, not in a rebuild, or B, not broke. Those are the only two deciding factors there. Let's see. I'm just fucking waiting out here, man. Oh, I should turn... I was going to turn the music I normally use for my rebuilds and shit on. Oh, well. I'm planning on being live for every day of free agency for the next, 3 days. So, expect that. Ooh, league-shattering news. The Falcons re-signed Keith Smith to a 1-year deal. Absolutely league-altering. Jonathan Jones is re-signing to the Patriots on a 2-year deal. I'm curious to see how much money that is. That's definitely not bad. What is their... Hold on, I want to see their depth chart. I don't want to open it on the screen right here. I'll open it over here, and then I'll drag it over. Why am I using 2 different browsers? I have Edge right here and then Chrome right here. I always use Chrome. I don't know how the fuck Edge got open, but it is what it is. Patriots depth chart. What are their free agents looking like? Wait, I want to go to our lads. Where's our lads? There we go. Can I open that? Thank you. Let's see. Shut up, ad. So yeah, they definitely need some receivers. Although Bourne, Parker, you have Tyquan Thornton. Yeah, they probably need to add a receiver. Was that their only free agent corner? Honestly, depending on the contract... Nah, he's your number 1 corner. I was going to say you could have let him go and just kind of rocked with what you have there, but he was their number 1. That's right. So, yeah, no, good re-signing. We'll see what kind of money that was, but either way, it's probably good. He was their number 1. That's probably a good signing either way. These fucking trains, dude. May end up on the Cowboys, but Jerry Jones doesn't really make big free agency moves like that. That is true. Jerry Jones isn't exactly known for being a good GM or anything. Austin Eckler is requesting permission to speak with other teams about a potential trade. Ooh. Why? Why? He gets used well there. I don't really understand that. Just personal problems with the team, I guess. I don't know. He gets used well there as like a good receiving back. I mean, he's a solid runner, but more of a receiving back. I don't know. That doesn't really... Just must have personal problems with the team or something, because he gets good production there. Unless he just wants a bigger deal, which makes sense. John Kelly season? Oh, God. They also have, what, Isaiah Spiller, who I was kind of a fan of. Extension. Is he up for a contract or something? Or is he like a... I was going to say, is he a restricted free agent, but he's been in the league for like 6 years now. What's happening with Rodgers? He's on an attention tour still. I don't know, man. He'll figure it out. He probably has his mindset. He just wants more attention. That's my guess, honestly. The Browns signed A.J. Green. They re-signed cornerback A.J. Green to a 1-year deal, who, honestly, when he played a couple years ago, was pretty decent. I don't think he got much playing time this last year, but he was pretty good for sure. I'm so fucking pissed about the Seahawks cutting Shelby. I'm so mad. He was their only good defensive lineman. They're like, yeah, fuck him. TJ Edwards to the Bears? Ooh. I actually really like that. Obviously, a very good run-defending linebacker. Again, depends on the contract there, but that is not bad. 3-year deal, okay. Part of me wonders if he is quite as good outside of the Eagles, because obviously that Eagles team was loaded. His breakout year was when that Eagles team was loaded. And now he goes to possibly the worst defensive roster I've ever seen. I mean, I guess they have Jalen Johnson and Eddie Jackson, but outside of that, there's like nothing. So we'll see if he can repeat. Not much of a cover player, just more of a run defender. I honestly kind of thought he would sign with a team like the Patriots or something, because he does kind of fit their style a little bit, but we'll have to see what he can do for the Bears. The Bears were obviously very linebacker needy. I think they had, Jack Sanborn, Joe Thomas, and I don't know, someone else starting. So yeah, that's a big upgrade there for sure. I thought you meant AJ Green, the receipt. Yeah, that was the point. That was the funny I was trying to make. Let's see, what have I been missing? Have I missed anything in chat? Not really. TJ Edwards as a Roquan Smith replacement. Bold. Yeah, that's definitely a bold one. But not necessarily a bad one, I guess. I mean, he was probably the best linebacker available in free agency. I guess you have like Bobby Wagner still, but Bobby Wagner's old, not quite as good in coverage, a bit slow. So that's honestly not too bad for the Bears. Again, depending on what the money is. Does this say there's anything here yet? Still haven't seen. Let's see, they're still behind on... They don't have, they don't have Keith Smith or TJ Edwards, so I guess they're not too far behind, but still. Yeah, that's definitely a option to fill in the Roquan Smith void, I guess. They also don't have Jonathan Jones on here yet. They fucking schlacken. I always remember that about the NFL News website. Also, what does this say? Wants to stay in Kansas City for the remainder. Everyone fucking says that. It's not important. There was also re-signing... What the fuck? 1-year contract with $1.3 million base salary for Sterling Shepard. Who is his agent? They need to be fired. 1.3 million. I mean, I get he's injury prone, but at that point, why do you even take that contract? Why do you not try to seek at least a bit more? I don't know. That's kind of weird. I mean, I still think he's a good receiver. That's definitely interesting. Again, Tashawn Gibson, that's a really good signing. I like that. He was underrated last year. ESPN is lacking too, for real. Oh, you just got the Lindstrom? Damn, they're big lacking. What the hell? That's why Instagram pages are always the best, and like Adam Schefter on fucking Twitter and all that. Go follow some good Instagram news pages and Schefter and whatever on Twitter. Do that. Let's see. Anything else? No extension imminent. Okay, who cares? Oh yeah, there was the Matt Milano one. He was a beast this year, low key. 2-year extension. I wonder how much money it was. That's interesting. I'm surprised Shaq Thompson is staying with the Panthers, but also kind of not, because it seems like they're trying to be good this year. Did not ask to be traded for Darius Slay. You should come to Seattle, bud. They would love you there. I would love you. Excited to lead explosive Saints offense. That's definitely a thing to call it. You know what it could be? With Kamara, Michael Thomas for a game and a half, and then like practice squad receiver. No, they have decent receivers after that. Chris Olave is very good, obviously. Yeah, that would be interesting. So far, I mean, nothing really. There hasn't been like major news. I guess the biggest one is probably the TJ Edwards signing, which does make a lot of sense for the Bears. Just waiting on a little more. Anyone in chat, let me know who you want your team to get, because I definitely have a few that I want Seattle to get. Let me know who you want your team to get. Obviously, let me know your team and who you want them to get. Who do I want Seattle to get, though? I definitely think they need to look at a pass rusher. I would say if I could go for any player for Seattle, I would say it would maybe be Zadarius Smith. Honestly, I know he's a bit older, but I feel like they need a true potential number one pass rusher. Uchenna Nwosu was very good this last year. Very surprising to me. I thought they overpaid him, but he actually very much surprised me. I feel like you need someone else other than him, because you have Darrell Taylor who gets production, but he's a very inconsistent player. He'll disappear completely, and then he'll get a sack for some reason. He's very inconsistent. You have players that can develop, like Boye Mafe, Alton Robinson, who I like coming out, but he hasn't really shown much yet. Like, there are players there that could develop, and getting Zadarius Smith would just help him develop more. You know what I'm saying? He could mentor him a little bit. So that's kind of my dream signing for Seattle. We'll see if it happens, though. I honestly don't think it will, because they don't do much in free agency, but yeah. Anyone who is half decent on the Bears O-line. Their O-line was surprisingly good to me. Braxton Jones was a lot better than I thought he would be. I thought they would ruin Tevin Jenkins, but he was really good at right guard. Outside of that, they have Cody Whitehair still. He kind of has health concerns, but he's a good guard for sure. Yeah, they definitely need right tackle and center at least, and maybe a depth player even through the draft, just in case. Honestly, cut them all and tank for Caleb Williams. You know, it's not a bad idea. That might be what they're trying to do. I'm surprised they were so far over the cap, honestly. I guess it was just kind of the Bud Dupree signings, the fucking Taylor Lewan eating all their cap space away. Makes sense, but I'm surprised they were so broke because they weren't the most talented team in the world. Let's see. Chargers should somehow keep Eckler, sign Damian Harris, bring in Bobby Wagner, re-sign Pipkins, cut/trade Everett, sign Dalton Schultz. I mean, I'm not a big Dalton Schultz fan. I just feel like he kind of is what he is. He doesn't really create much separation or anything. He has a decent set of hands. He's an okay blocker. I just feel like he doesn't do a lot for you. I'm actually kind of a Gerald Everett fan, but I mean, if you're a Chargers fan, you see him play every game, every snap, then that's valid. That's valid if you don't like him as much. I definitely think they need to go offensive line at some point. I mean, you have some younger good pieces there, like Zion Nelson. You have their left tackle, who was hurt most of the year last year. Rashawn Slater. Wait, they have Slater, right? Yeah, Rashawn Slater. You have Corey Linsley at center. Not that he's young, but he's very good. One of the best centers in the league. Matt Filer had a bit of a down year last year, but is still solid. You definitely, I think, need a right tackle. And, yeah. I don't mind signing Damian Harris because you do need more of a pure runner than Eckler. But, yeah, Damian Harris wouldn't be bad depending on the contract. Bobby Wagner, I could see it. I mean, they do kind of have a hole at linebacker. So, yeah, I don't mind that. I feel like they need interior defensive line pretty bad, too. But maybe that's just me. I want Tennessee to get Orlando Brown or Byron Jones. Orlando Brown wouldn't be bad, but I feel like if they're rebuilding, Orlando Brown is gonna want a shit ton of money. Obviously, we know him; he's kind of money hungry, which I guess valid, but that's not. He wants more than he's worth, which is interesting. I feel like the Bears or someone are gonna give that money to him. I don't know, but I wouldn't love if they signed Orlando Brown, just because in a rebuild you don't really want to overpay, obviously. And then Byron Jones, that wouldn't be bad, but Byron Jones apparently was thinking about retiring just because of injuries and all that kind of stuff. So it would probably be a much more muted version of Byron Jones, probably with a bit of regression there from the last time we've seen him. We'll see, though. Chargers getting Schultz just makes so much sense. It does. It would be a nice option for Justin Herbert. I'm just not as big of a Dalton Schultz fan as some people are. Let me refresh this, and then I'll read some more chat messages. Nothing new here. Why does this look different? I want to see. There we go. I like it laid out like that. Anything new here? No, they finally got the Eckler, the Jonathan Jones. I still don't see TJ Edwards, but maybe it's not official yet. I don't know. I'm an Everett fan too. Dude, I'm a Seahawks fan, so I have a bit of a love-hate situation with him, because there was that one game where he had, I think, 2 dropped passes for an interception, and then like 2 fumbles or 3 fumbles and 1 dropped pass that got caught for an interception. It was something like that. So I have a bit of a love-hate situation, a bit of a love-hate relationship with him, but overall I still think he's good. I still feel like Atlanta will trade for Lamar. I mean, it could be a smokescreen to kind of get other teams not as interested in him, but I don't know. I feel like they've all officially said we're not trading for Lamar. I don't know, though. Although trading Eckler to the right team would give us a lot of capital, drafting Bijan would work. Yeah, that definitely wouldn't be a bad option. Definitely a different player, more of a pure runner in Bijan Robinson, but yeah, it definitely wouldn't be bad. Is Ramondre Stevenson going to be a free agent this year? What if you trade Eckler and then sign Stevenson or something? Just basically get a similar player who's maybe not a better runner. Nah, he's probably not a better runner, but isn't a bad runner. Our GM was garbage, signed Dupree when he wasn't even the second best pass rusher on the Steelers, traded for the corpses of Julio Jones and Robert Woods, and restructured Tannehill to a massive cap. Yeah. Who was their old GM? I don't even remember who their old GM was. I'm not going to lie. I really, yeah, those are some questionable moves. I didn't mind the Robert Woods one at first. He wasn't terrible this last year, but definitely regressed a little bit. Byron to help our super young CBs develop, if it's even possible, yeah. No, I think Stevenson is due to be a free agent next year. Oh, okay, I got you. Don't they... Am I just thinking of Damian Harris? Is that their only upcoming free agent running back? That must be the only one. I don't know. The Patriots are an interesting team, by the way. They're in a weird spot. They have a lot of their team as upcoming free agents. We don't know what they have in quarterback. They don't even really know what they're doing. They fucking played Matt Patricia, or not played him. They put him as their offensive coordinator last year. We knew that was not going to be a recipe for success. I mean, he wasn't even a good defensive coordinator. Why would that make him a good offensive coordinator? I don't know. But yeah, that was definitely a move. So we'll see what they can do this year. I guess it's good they re-signed Jonathan Jones, depending on what the money is. We'll see. Whoa, wait. The Bears got TJ Edwards for 3 years, $19.5 million total? That's a fucking good signing. That's a hell of a deal. Oh my god, that's what, 6.5 per year? Oh my god. That is ridiculous that they got him for that cheap. I thought he was going to be 15 mil a year. The Bears are cooking. The Bears are cooking up something. Why the hell did TJ Edwards sign already? He didn't wait to see if he could get better than 3 years, $19.5 million from the Chicago Bears. What are you doing? You had one of the best linebacker seasons last year. What are you doing, dog? I don't understand that one. I don't understand that. John Robinson, the one that got fired mid-season. Yeah, him. He was something. Why is everyone so thirsty over Odell? I don't think he is as good anymore. He definitely might not be. He has definitely had some knee injuries. The last time he played, he had a knee injury in the Super Bowl. That was the last game he played. So, yeah, I guess it's just they're excited over the premise of having a potentially really good receiver, and they're hoping he can go back to like the Giants Odell days, which I think those are past him, but you never know. Just I think he's had too many injuries, is getting older. He's honestly played for a long time. He came into the league pretty young. He was like 21 or something. He's been around for a long time, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But yeah, the Bears are definitely cooking up something, that's for sure. That is for sure. I really fucking like that signing. No other news so far, though. Just kind of waiting out here. Maybe he wants to take a smaller deal to leave the Bears with more cap space. I'm sure if he continues to play well, then he'll be extended for more money. See, I would get that if he was going to a good team. The Bears aren't necessarily strapped for cap space, though. I think the Bears have the most cap space in the league. If he was going to like the Buccaneers or something, or like the Saints, or like the fucking 49ers or something, where they don't have the most cap space. Actually, I don't know how much cap space the 49ers have. But that would make more sense if he was going to like a good loaded roster. He's going to the Bears. My brother in Christ. The Bears aren't great. I'm sorry. I mean, they were surprisingly decent last year. And hey, they might be good now that they got him, but yeah. Help the rebuild, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's hoping they can sign some more players throughout this offseason, next offseason, kind of build up the team for sure. We'll see. We'll see, man. But I feel like if you're investing in a team, the Bears are an interesting one to invest in. You know? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let's see. Is there any other news? Have I missed anything so far? Y'all, let me know. I don't know if I have. I'm realizing I'm going to have to go to work soon in like probably 15 minutes or something. Just got to give you respect for reading every comment, bro. I'm definitely subscribing to you. Appreciate it, Carl Warfield. Very much appreciate it, man. Yeah, I just don't have much else to talk about, too. So I'm just like, I'll read the chat messages. Fuck it. No, I normally read chat messages when I stream anyways. So, yeah, that's just kind of how I do. That's kind of how I do things. TJ Edwards needs Christian Kirk's agent for real. The Christian Kirk deal, honestly, ended up not being that bad. I figured he could be a good receiver if used correctly, if used as more of a slot guy rather than a goddamn deep threat like the Cardinals were trying to force him to be. And he did end up being pretty good. He's definitely not a bad route runner at all. I really liked him coming out of fucking college. He's from, what, Texas A&M? Is that where he was from? I think so. So, yeah, I don't know. That deal was not... It didn't end up being too bad, but at the time, that was definitely a nasty deal. That was definitely a Jaguars moment, if you ask me. Did they do that when they had Urban Meyer? Or no, that was after the Urban Meyer days, I think. Saw the Austin Eckler news as a Charger fan. It's tough to see. Yeah, I'm surprised he wants a trade. He kind of seems like someone that would be, happy with the Chargers and wouldn't necessarily want out for some reason. I feel like he gets very good production there, like I was saying earlier, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. I wonder what team is going to trade for him. I don't really know who's in the market for a receiving back. I mean, teams that want a receiving back typically have somebody at receiving back already. So it's kind of a sign that, they like to use them, clearly. I don't know. I actually don't know who would want to trade for him. It's actually not a bad question. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody. There's always somebody for somebody. You know what I mean? It feels weird because the Bears could be really good this year, but in a division where the Lions and Vikings are good already, plus the Packers owning the Bears makes me wonder. That's true. I don't know if they really... I mean, see, they don't have the most talented roster in the world. That's definitely the problem, but I mean, if they keep making signings like that TJ Edwards one, I could see them ending up pretty good. We'll have to see, though. Plus, they got a ton of draft capital from the... Oh, yeah, I forgot about the first overall pick trade down. Yeah, they got DJ Moore now. Okay, maybe they could be good if they keep doing stuff. Because, I mean, they definitely have a hole on their entire defensive line as a whole. They need to pretty much completely overhaul their defensive line. But other than that, I mean, they have a good number one receiver now. They have good running backs, assuming they bring David Montgomery back. They have an okay offensive line. They definitely need a couple more. They definitely need a defensive line. They have a good linebacker now. They have Jalen Johnson at corner. I guess Kendall Vildor isn't awful. They have Kyler Gordon, who they drafted last year. Their safeties are pretty good. They could be a good team. They just have a few more holes, but honestly, they could be good. We'll have to see. If they draft like a Nolan Smith, that would be interesting. I guess him in a 4-3 would be a weird fit. Maybe they don't do that, but still, it would be interesting. Hey, that would definitely be interesting. That would be an interesting one. Now, I'm just trying to think of like a good pass rusher they could pick around 9. Maybe like Lucas Van Ness around 9. I don't know. We'll see. He's got Calvin Ridley and Tagged Ingram. Jags may be a sleeper team. Oh, Jags are going to be good. I'm convinced. Assuming they have no catastrophic injuries, which big knock on wood for any Jags fans, I think they're going to be really good. They did cut Shaquille Griffin, so they're going to need a corner, but I mean, he wasn't great for him anyways. So, yeah, their defense is still a little iffy, but their offense is pretty fucking nice. I'm not going to lie. Sounds crazy, but Texans could be a favorite for Eckler if they... I thought of them, but honestly, I feel like they're not in a position to trade for a running back. I feel like they would be in a position to trade for more of a more important player than a second running back, but I don't know. I see breaking news. The Ravens cut Calais Campbell. He may go back to Baltimore, but the move saves $7 million. I guess Calais Campbell kind of regressed last year, but you're not saving a whole lot from that. I don't know. That's interesting. Didn't he just decide to not retire to stay with the Ravens, and then the fucking Ravens are like, go fuck yourself, they just cut him? That's interesting. All right. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It just frees up cap space, but I feel like Calais Campbell isn't terrible still. He's like 40, damn near, but I don't fully understand why you cut him there. Whatever, man. You do you, Ravens. I'm not a fan of David Montgomery. I say stick it out with Herbert. Honestly, yeah, David Montgomery isn't amazing. I feel like that's kind of a product of them not having a great offensive line, but he's definitely not super great. He's probably going to get paid more than he's worth in free agency. That's my guess. The Bears could also trade back up to try to get Tyree or Anderson. Dream scenario for them. Anderson. Oh, Will Anderson. I don't know if they could trade up far enough to get Will Anderson, but they might. Honestly, I really like what they did. I like them trading down and picking up that much draft capital, but I also feel like them sticking at 1 and drafting or trading down to 2 or something and then picking up Will Anderson there or something would have been a good move too. But I definitely think the move they made was better. That was a really good one. Kimball may be a cut and sign deal. Yeah, I saw that. We'll see, though. We'll see. I feel like if you're going to cut and sign, $7 million isn't that much to save. He must be coming back on a big budget deal. I don't know. But that's interesting. Seattle hit up Calais Campbell. I wouldn't mind that if they paid him $8 million a year. I would like that for Seattle. I just see Eagles star Jason Kelsey won't retire and is staying with the Eagles for 2023. I thought we already knew that. I don't know. Whatever. That's fine. Okay. Jason Kelsey is not retiring, apparently. He's 36? I thought he was even older than that. I thought Calais Campbell was 38. Calais Campbell is he 30? Oh, he is 36. Why did I think he was older? Never mind. You're right. I thought he was way older than that. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love cutting him. I don't hate it. It's just whatever, man. I don't really have many thoughts toward that. It is what it is. Any other news? Let's see. Anything I've missed? I don't see anything else. Just the Jonathan Jones one. I still don't see how much money the Jonathan Jones deal was. But it probably wasn't too terrible, honestly. The Patriots don't typically like overpaying players unless you're a tight end, so I don't know. Eckler to the Bears could also work, but I think they would want to spend their capital on something other than a running back. Yeah, they're not quite as bad overall as the Texans are, so I could see them going for Austin Eckler more than I could see like the Texans going for him. But yeah, I feel like you're still in a position where you want to spend capital on like more, not necessarily important things, but things where you don't already have a good player like Khalil Herbert. I guess Khalil Herbert isn't like proven or anything, but still, the Bears could go for him. They don't have a good receiving back or anything. I feel like they could like that kind of thing. They could be into that, you know what I'm saying? I still want to see how much the Jonathan Jones deal is, man. Is that the only other signing so far that the details haven't been announced on? I think so. I'm just curious about that one, because that could be a big overpay or it could be a great deal, depending on it. I don't know. Khalil Herbert is already just a younger, worse catching Eckler. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the thing is, he isn't like super proven. I know NFL teams don't typically like players that are unproven, but yeah. If it's time for Eckler to leave LA, then I really hope we get a first-round pick at least. For a running back, that might be a bit tough. I don't know. Maybe. I don't want to start any beef with Chargers fans. I think Austin Eckler is a touch overrated. I think he's very much a good fantasy player. He puts up really good stats. As a pure runner, though, if you're relying him on like being a pure runner, he's not super amazing. He's fine. He's a decent runner. He is a very good pass-catching running back, though, clearly. But I feel like, I don't know, a first-round pick seems a little steep for Austin Eckler. A team desperate enough could do it, but I'm not sure. Chuck Clark is on the Jets, not bad. Yeah, that wasn't a bad trade. They got him for, what, like a 7th-round pick? That was pretty good. As a Chargers fan, he isn't even close to a first-round pick. I think if he does get traded, I mean, I don't know. Trades are hard to judge. It's just it purely relies on how much the team asks, how much other teams value him, the position. I don't know. We haven't really seen a player like Austin Eckler get traded in a while. Honestly, I don't think. So, I don't know. It's just interesting. Ben Powers is planning on signing with Denver. Okay. How do I feel about that? Ben Powers isn't the best pass blocker in the world. He's more of a run blocker. Clearly, that's why the Ravens had him. That's an interesting one. It depends on how much they paid him. That's a weird first move to make. I respect them going for offensive line. That's interesting, though. That's really interesting. If that's actually going to happen. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It just is what it is. It's definitely a signing of all time. Chargers are pursuing John Johnson. That would be pretty good. Nasir Adderley hasn't really worked out at all, so yeah, that definitely would not be a bad second safety. I think they like to run 3 safeties, don't they? Or do they? I don't know. I feel like I remember that. I'm not sure, though. Chargers need someone like Pacheco as a straight pure runner. Yeah, they kind of do. I kind of like John Kelly. I don't hate him. I don't think Chargers fans like him all that much, though, but I don't hate him. And then they have Isaiah Spiller there. They have some other options that they could turn into like good players. You never know. But yeah, if they trade Eckler, that might make things a little more tough on them. We'll see. Watson still making $65 million this year, and next year via cap hit. Oh yeah, they restructured him. That's interesting. This thing is fucking lacking. The fucking NFL news site. They still don't even have the TJ Edwards signing. Is it not like official or anything? Huh, okay. It makes me wonder if it's not official or anything. Or if they're just really slow here. They might just be really, really slow. I still don't see Are the NFL News Instagram pages just slow too? I don't see the John Johnson news. I don't see Deshaun Watson. I don't see Ben Powers. Is Tony Pollard a free agent? I think they tagged him. I think the Cowboys tagged him, so I don't think he's going to be a free agent. Raiders are pursuing Garoppolo. Yeah, I see that. That's interesting. I don't I don't love that, but it's something. I really actually don't like that. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they did it, but I'm not a fan of that one. Calais Campbell got cut too. Yeah, I saw that. That's an interesting one. I don't know how I feel about that one yet. It depends on if they re-sign him or not. I feel like a $7 million cap casualty isn't like, it's not like a whole ton of money to save, but I guess they really wanted the cap. I don't know. Because he decided to not retire to stay with the Ravens, and then they're just like, fuck him, we're cutting you. So I don't know, it's interesting. John Johnson hasn't been signed yet. We're just talking with him right now. I see. Derek Carr on the Saints is crazy. Dude, they paid him so much money. I'm not a fan of that. They paid him fucking, what, $37.5 million a year? It's kind of gross. That's kind of gross. I'm not a fan. I don't love that one. I feel like... Is this going to be controversial? I feel like sticking with Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton for next year would have been comparable to what you could get from Derek Carr this year, unless Derek Carr has some crazy breakout season with the Saints. I don't know. I guess how good he is depends on how much Michael Thomas stays healthy. If you can get more than like 2 games from him, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see, man. I don't know. Derek Carr is mid. Derek Carr is like the definition of mid. I don't know. He's like just average. He's painfully average. Aaron Rodgers is rumored to go to the Jets. Like, actually, is there a trade now? Or because, I mean, he's been rumored for like 2 weeks now. We'll see if it actually does happen. Do you mean like it is about to happen? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not seeing it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go on Twitter on my phone. I don't dare open Twitter on fucking stream. That's how you get your stream taken down for someone's meat being in the feed, but I don't know. I'm opening it on my phone. Fuck that. Adam Schefter. Where's my boy at? Where's my boy Adam Schefter? Why can I not find him? David Schefter. I don't want fucking David. Give me Adam Schefter. Okay, thank you. I'm not too sure. Carr is emo Ryan Tannehill. Sorry, not sorry. Well, Ryan Tannehill was a decent runner in his prime. Derek Carr, not so much. Derek Carr is like Jared Goff with a slightly bigger arm. That's what I would say Derek Carr is. Not that Jared Goff was bad this year. I did think Jared Goff was a little overrated. He just had a fucking disgusting offense around him. But yeah, I don't know, man. Eagles get back their center. Ari Mayrov, or however you say his name, is planning to sign with the Broncos on a 4-year deal. Ben Powers is. That's interesting. That's a long deal for someone like Ben Powers. He's not bad, though. He was pretty good last year. Just more of like a run defender. Or run blocker, not defender. That's a defensive lineman term. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. It's an interesting signing. It depends how much money it is. If it's like $10 million a year, I won't hate it. If it's like more, then I won't love it. I don't know. We'll see. Currently, TJ Edwards signed with the Bears. I don't know why NFL is so slow. Yeah. Where the fuck is the TJ? Okay, there's Calais Campbell and there's Jason Kelsey. Did I miss the TJ Edwards news here? It must not be official. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe they don't like posting signings yet because they're not official. Like players signing to other teams because they're not official until Wednesday, because that's when that's when free agency officially starts. That's like actually what am I trying to say? I just completely spaced on what I was saying. Wednesday is when free agency actually starts. Today is just when teams can legally agree to deals with players from other teams. That's what today is. Wednesday is when free agency actually starts and the signings become official. Yeah, that happened like an hour ago. I know. I don't know what the fuck the NFL is doing. Bro, Lamar is ruining his career. He don't got an agent. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the hell teams are just out on him. Well, I kind of do, but like, I would trade for Lamar. If I had a good enough team around me, you know what I'm saying? I would do it. I would trade for Lamar. We'll see. Did Lamar get tagged? I should know that. Lamar got tagged, right? Oh yeah, he got hit with the weird tag, right? He got hit with what did he get hit with? No, just regular franchise tag. I thought he got hit with something weird. I thought they gave him something weird. I don't know. Non-exclusive, whatever. I thought it was weird. It was non-exclusive. Okay, I see. Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck that means, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the non-exclusive one is. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Forgive me. The Broncos have been fielding trade calls on wide receivers Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and KJ Hamler. If you want Russell Wilson to work out, that's not a recipe for success, but if that's what the Broncos want to do, they can do that. Who the hell... Oh yeah, I was going to say, who the hell is the Broncos GM? It's fucking basically John Elway. Is John Elway officially their GM? Or do they have somebody there? I think he's like actually just their GM, right? Consultant, I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting move to trade your quarterback's like top 3 receivers when you can try to get a bounce back year from your like potential Hall of Fame quarterback next year, like trying to get more out of him than you got last year. Yeah, let's give him worse options at receivers. Makes a whole lot of sense. That's the last thing I see though. I might wrap up the stream and come back tomorrow and see what some of the other news that happens throughout the day is, because I gotta go, honestly. So yeah. Are you gonna do Bears or Panthers rebuild? See, I was starting one, but then the Jalen Ramsey trade happened, so I was like, I kind of got to do that. That's a big spoiler for the next rebuild, but that's what it's going to be. So be hyped. Be ready for that one. It's an interesting one. I'm almost done with it. It is frustrating. The Dolphins are not very good in Madden for some reason. They don't play well. I might do the Bears Panthers one now. Okay, here's what I was planning on doing. I was planning on doing something weird. I was going to do 2 rebuilds in one. I was going to do the Panthers and the Bears at the same time in the same video. But it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. It didn't really work out super well. And then I saw the Jalen Ramsey trade, and I was like, yeah, I'm switching to that. Fuck that. George Payton or whatever. Okay, yeah, I forgot about him. Powers got 4 years, $52 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's $14 million a year? I don't really like that. He did have a good year last year. I'm thinking on that one. That's fine. But I thought the Ravens or someone would pay him that kind of money, not the Broncos. It's kind of a weird one. I mean, I guess you're getting Russell Wilson offensive line, so we can't complain about that, but it's definitely an interesting one. Can you do a Cardinals rebuild without D-Hop? We will see, brother. We will see. If D-Hop gets traded, if he gets actually traded, for sure. But I definitely want to do more like actual news-centered ones. I could definitely do them without D-Hop. There's also, I could do them without Kyler Murray or someone like that. We'll see. I don't think I've ever done the Cardinals, actually. Have I? I don't think I've ever... Oh, I might have without Kyler Murray already. I don't know. Either way. I think I am going to go. I will actually be live again tomorrow around the same time. I started around 8:45 PST, so whatever, 11:45 PST for East Coast, whatever. You know time zones, I hope. The Panthers without DJ Moore, I might do that next. We'll see. I need to stop reading chat messages and just wrap up the stream. I have an addiction, apparently. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I actually might see you tonight because I might have a rebuild up tonight or either tomorrow morning right before I go live. Is that a good idea to be live and have a rebuild up and make people choose between watching one or the other? We'll figure it out when we get there. Okay. either rebuild tonight, you'll see me first, or the stream tomorrow morning. So again, tomorrow, 8:45 PST, 11:45 Eastern, fucking, what, like 9:45 Mountain, or is Mountain 2 hours ahead? Either way, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for showing up. Be sure to like the stream before you head out. You know what I'm saying? It helps me out. But this was an interesting stream, that's for sure. But I will see you guys again tomorrow. Goodbye.